in the have the API and the front. In the front end, we implemented up to registration of user, right? To start the project now, what you have to do to project, first you start the server node rest AI dot JS. Start project. Once it is in another run start. In that, okay, so here we designed this page, and in this page, okay, so in this screen, what we concept of what? So user login and register, these two we implemented. Okay. So once we done up to this register, in register user can do what? User can enter the details, and here we implemented one more functionality. What is that functionality? When user enters any user ID, available or taken, right? So if it is already taken, then it will show that message. Now today we need to implement the login. We need to implement the login. In login, what user will do? In login, user will enter the user ID and password. If user ID to dashboard, user dashboard, appointments, if he already have appointments. So, and user can add appointments. User can delete appointments. He can manage the functionality. So let's see how we can handle that. So two more to add. Login is already there, and we will use to do dashboard. Dashboard should appear when user successfully login. If user don't successfully login, we will add to do invalid dot JSX. This will have invalid credentials. Please try again. Some error message we will use. So we will write a function. So this is to do invalid and return. And here we will put some messages. So message here is, I think some voice is problem. Okay, she will check. Online people, please wait. We will connect once again. Yep. Online people, is it clear? Is it audible now? Yes, online people, is it clear? Is it audible? Okay, right. Okay, so let's see. Now we have this page. Okay, now we need to design the login screen. When login is invalid, user will navigate to error page. If it is valid, user will navigate to dashboard. So we are adding two components, invalid JSX, dashboard JSX. This invalid JSX will have a message. So invalid credentials. So, and we will put a link. This link will say try again. So, and it will link to slash which page login. In dashboard, we have to create export function to do dashboard. And this to do dashboard, initially I will just return a div. So BG Lite and W100 or BG Lite just margin as 3, padding 4. And in this, we will keep a simple heading. This is user dashboard. So this is nothing but user dashboard. Now, first we will implement the login, then later we will design the dashboard. What this dashboard should show? If user is successfully logged in, this dashboard should show the appointments of only that particular user who logged in. His appointments must display. Okay. And how we know whether user logged in or not? If anybody tried to access dashboard directly, it should not work. How do we know whether user logged in or not? How do we check whether user logged in or not? We designed authentication in routing. If user logged in or not, how to verify? We can do that by using cookies. We learned cookies concept. No? By using cookies, we can verify. So when user login, his details we will store in a cookie and we will access and use in the dashboard. So when user login, let's design the login screen name. In the login screen, I am creating a form, and this form will have user ID and input type as text, name as user ID. Okay, class form control. I will make this another one password, and password is input type password and name as password and the class as form control. So after that, we have a button. So button as login, type as submit, and the class BTN and BTN some warning W100. This is the login screen we designed. That is the login screen we designed. We have a registration form and we have a login form. Now, when user enters user ID and password, if it is successfully entered, it should navigate to the dashboard, and there it should show the user related appointments. In our API, in our API, we have get tasks. You have view tasks related to user. That means it is expecting which parameter? User ID. So in the routing file app.js, we need to add two more routes. When login is success, the route path will be dashboard, and which element it should render. It should render to do dashboard. That is the element it should render. Okay. If route path is invalid, then element should be so to do invalid. It should get the to do invalid. This is the route path. That means whatever the routes you are using for navigation in your application, those all routes must be inside this route table. This is a route table. So in this you have to define. Okay, but this dashboard should display the appointments of a specific user only. That means this dashboard is expecting a parameter user ID. How to pass the parameters? We have to pass the parameters slash colon. So we will pass user ID as parameter, then we will collect that user ID and we will use it. So we are using that dashboard is expecting user ID so that only that details will come. Or there is another way. If we pass user ID, then everybody can see that user in the URL because parameter. Then what you can do, you can send the user ID through cookie, you can collect through cookie and you can use it. In that case, you don't need a parameter. That means there are two requirements. If you think user ID is not need to be secured, just ID enough, in that case, you can just put a dashboard with user ID as parameter. Otherwise, you can send user ID based on cookies. So what we will do now here, in this example, we will implement that here. Let's go to the login screen. Okay, to do login. In this, we have to first set up navigate. So use navigate. Okay. After that, we need to design formic. Use formic, and here initial values. We are expecting user ID and we are expecting password. These two are the user details. On submit, we have to collect the user details and we need to verify whether this user is available or not. Whether this particular user available or not, we have to verify. How do you verify whether this user is available or not? Just previously we designed a logic now. What is the previous logic we designed? User available or not? If user is available, what we have done? We said username taken, try another. If user is not available, then we said user is if user is not available in the list, then we said that you can take this account. It is available. That means same logic we have to implement here. So for example, in our API, here, Get users is the method which will get all users. We need to verify in that users, this user is there or not. In those users, this user is there or not, we have to verify. How you will do that? First, how to get the users? Axios. Axios dot what? Get. HTTP colon double slash 127.0.0.1 colon 6060 slash get users. Dot then it is going to get the response, and that response data contains all the users. We will create user as a we will create as some here uh, user, this is like some client. Okay, the client is nothing but here what we will do is we will verify whether that user, this user have user ID password. What we have to do is in response dot data we need to find, because it is an array. Through find method you can find whether that user ID is available or not. So that means what you will do, response dot data find whom we have to find the record. So what should that record match? Record dot user ID should match with user dot user ID. It should match with user dot user ID. What is this user dot user ID? User dot user ID is nothing but the value you entered in the form. In the form you entered user ID. We are verifying whether that user ID is available in this data. If it is available, then that record will come and store here. That means now the client contains two details. If user is available, that user detail. If user is not available, undefined. Understood? That user is not available, then this variable contains undefined. If user is available, then that user information will be there. So if client, what does this means? You learned JavaScript, na? What does this means? This logic means if client means I'm using this variable. What does it means? Means if it is defined. How you will verify whether it is defined or undefined? We have a undefined keyword. But in JavaScript logics, how to verify whether it is defined or not? By using a simple if. If that variable name you pass, if it is defined with some value, then it will return true. If it is not defined with value, it will return false. If it returns true, then what we should do? If it returns true, we should verify password. Na? If returns true, it should verify password. So if user ID, user dot password is matching with client dot password. That means client is nothing but the person whom you found in the results. That password is matching with the password entered by the user. In the form, whatever password they entered, if it is matching, then where to navigate? That means user is matching. So user is matching and password is also matching. Then where to navigate? It should navigate to slash what it is? Dashboard. Okay. Otherwise, what should happen if it is not matching? Where it should navigate? It should navigate to which one? It should navigate to slash invalid. It should navigate to invalid. Here also above, if client is undefined, then it should navigate to which one? Again, it should navigate to which one? Invalid. That means that user is not there. go to invalid. If password is not matching, then go to invalid. If user is matching, then verify the password. If password is matching, then go to dashboard. This is the logic we are implementing inside this users. We are collecting all the users. We are finding only the user who is matching with that ID. And if that ID is matching, we will verify his password. If not matching, then we will navigate to the invalid. Let's see how the login works now. Okay, here also on change. On change. Formic dot what handle change. We have to define that formic handle change like options. Okay. Now let's run this and see. We will go to the login page and who are the users available? Let's check. In Postman, you can check, but GET request you can test in browser also. 127.0.0.1.60.60 slash what? Get users. Currently, we have 3 users. Sam, NIT, John, UI, David, React. Anybody can log in. Anybody can log in. Okay, let's try. Suppose I am entering Sam underscore NIT. Okay. After that, some wrong password I entered. Wrong password I entered. And click on login. It should navigate to that. It is having submitting the form in the URL. It should not do. So why it is submitting in the URL form handle submit we haven't written. Okay. So that is not refreshed, I think. Okay. Sam refreshed this one. The Sam underscore NIT and some wrong password is entered. Login. So it is submitting. We should avoid submitting. Where is the problem in this form? Acha, two forms are there here actually. Outside there is a form, inside there is a form. Inside form we will delete. Outside form is enough. Okay. I created two forms, which is not correct. Fine. Okay. Now I will enter the detail here. User ID underscore NIT. Password is wrong. Then submit. It should go to invalid credentials. That invalid credentials, we will put this with some background. So class BG white and padding 4. And here we will put class text danger. That looks enough. Invalid credentials we are showing. And try again, it will get there. Okay, I entered Sam underscore NIT and password also correct. Password, what is the SAM password? Sam at the net 11. Sam at the net 11. That is the password of Sam. Then login, it should get me to dashboard. So it is perfectly working. So what we are doing, we are verifying whether that user is available or not. If user is available, then automatically we will navigating to the dashboard. Now in this dashboard, I need to show the appointments of that particular user and who logged in, his details must display here. Then how do we do that? In this dashboard, we need to collect that user who logged in. So then what we will do is when user successfully log in, when user successfully log in, here this is the logic. That means user ID is correct and password is also correct. Then what we should do is, before navigating, we will create a cookie for him. And in that cookie, we will store the user details so that we can collect in dashboard and we can use it. So how to use cookies? To use the cookies, first in index.js, make the cookie provider available. Already we done that. Next step, what we have to do in the login. So in to do login, what we have to do here, how to define the cookies. You already know constant cookies, set cookie, remove cookie. Three things we need. Na? Which hook we have to use? Use cookies is the hook. Cookie name. Cookie name is what? User ID. Now, when user is successful, password and ID are successful, set cookie. What is the cookie name? Cookie name is what? User ID. What is the cookie value? Cookie value will be user dot user ID. That is the cookie value. That's good. And after that, it will navigate to which location? Dashboard. In dashboard, we have to collect that user. Then here also we need to define cookies. Set cookie and remove cookie. What it is? Use cookies. And what is that user ID? We have to collect the cookie and display. Whose dashboard is this? So we have to use cookies. Cookies of what is that cookie name? User ID. So who logged in his dashboard? That means we can display that here. So entered user ID. Suppose another user we are having like John underscore UI. Password is wrong, then invalid credentials. What is the John UI? John underscore UI. His password is John at the net 123. John at the net 123 is his password. Now, when I click on login, what it should do? It should get to the John UI dashboard. That means we are collecting the cookies and we are verifying. Now, important, if anybody tries to access the dashboard without login, then what should happen? Automatically, it should navigate. Navigate to which location? It should navigate to login. It should ask to login. That we will implement. Now, when user logs in dashboard, suppose we will do one thing. How to delete cookie? You know. Delete cookie is nothing but sign out. Na? So we will put an option here. So a button, sign out. And here we will put a class name, BTN and BTN link. Okay. On this button click, we should remove the cookie. So we have a function, sign out, handle, sign out. Okay, on sign out, remove the cookie. So remove cookie. What is the cookie name? User ID. After that, we should navigate. T navigate is equal to use navigate. So it should navigate. Navigate to which page? Login page. Okay, on this button click, it should sign out. On click is equal to handle sign out. Okay. Now we designed a sign out screen also. Now we have a sign out option. Anywhere you can keep left or right, anywhere you can define. Suppose I will keep this entire dashboard is in one span. Okay, then I will put a simple class as deflex and justify content between. Then it will keep the sign out left side, right side, he will keep. When user clicks on sign out, what should happen when click on sign out? automatically it should come to login. Okay, try to access dashboard directly from the URL. We are trying to access dashboard. Then directly it is coming. It should not come. Without login, if anybody directly tries to access dashboard, it should automatically go to which page? Login. Then how do you do that? How do you do that? On component mount. That means when dashboard mounts, am I right? When dashboard mounts, what we will do is, so how do you mount the dashboard? Use a effect. When the dashboard mounts, we have to verify whether the cookie is defined or not. So how you know cookie defined or not? Console.log cookies of cookie name user ID. It is going to return, observe, it is going to return cookie undefined. Undefined. I told you now some cookies will return null, some cookies will return undefined, some cookies will return empty string. Some cookies means libraries. Every library is not same. So this is returning undefined. So what we will do? If cookies of user ID is defined, then what should happen? Or we will simply put here is equal to what? Undefined. If it is undefined, then automatically navigate to which page? So it should navigate to login. It should navigate to login. Then it will go to login. Suppose you see anybody tries to access dashboard directly, then it should go to the login screen. It will not get the dashboard. Dashboard can be viewed only after successfully login. That means now Sam NIT and Sam at the net 11, he successfully login, then dashboard will come. And now, for example, we are going to home page and already I logged in. Then I will access the dashboard here. Then directly the dashboard will come until I sign out. If I sign out, the cookie will be deleted. Until I sign out, I will be logged in only now. That means you click on sign out, cookie is deleted, and it will come back. Now here one important thing is there. In the dashboard, we should show the appointments of that particular user. Appointments of that particular user. Who logged in his appointments? How do we show? So we have a URL get tasks based on user ID. User ID is what? Sam underscore NIT. Then get tasks Sam underscore NIT. His appointment should come. View tasks and you can see only his appointment will come. We have a view tasks which will get only the appointment of that particular user. Suppose we have another user, John underscore UI. He don't have any appointments, empty. And underscore Sam underscore NIT have one appointment, it will get. That means it should able to get the appointments and display the appointment. So what we have to do in the dashboard, collect the appointment of user who logged in and his appointments only should display. So we are expecting, here we are expecting constant. What we are expecting? Appointments. Okay. Set appointments. Okay. It is an use state, and it is an array of appointments. Every appointment have an appointment underscore ID, which is a number type. Every appointment have title, which is a string type. What we are expecting, and every appointment have description. Description is also what type? String. Every appointment have data, date. So this date we are expecting as a string type, but later we will store as a date type. We are fetching as string. We will convert into the date. Here, so many important things you will see now. Another option is there. What else? User ID. Na? User ID is what type? String. Okay, these are the details we are expecting. So this is what type? This is date. Date is what type? Date is a date type. How you define the date type? So usually we define the date type by using what? New date. The constructor, the date types are configured like this. Here, so many problems will come. I will tell you. We will see that here. Now, what should happen when loaded? If it is defined, else, if it is defined, cookies are defined, then what should happen? If cookies are defined, that particular user is available, get the details of that particular user. Then what we have to do? Axios dot what? Get. HTTP colon double slash 127.0.0.1 colon 6060 slash view tasks slash user ID. User ID is coming from cookies. Cookies na? Cookies of what is that? User ID. His appointments will come. And then if it is successful, get the response and store the response in set appointments. Response dot what? Data. That means all the appointments are present inside that now. Now what we need to do is we need to display those appointments below. Here I have a main area. Here I want to show all the appointments. And every appointment we will display like a alert. You know, Bootstrap have alerts. Then what we will do is appointments dot what? Map. Read every appointment, and for every appointment we need to create a div, and this div will act as alert. Alert success. Okay. And alert dismissible, and we will put a button as class btn and btn close, and data bs dismiss is equal to what? It should dismiss alert. And here we will put a heading. In this we will put appointment title. Appointment dot title. We are accessing the title and displaying the appointment. Now see what we are doing here. Enter the user ID sam underscore nit, password sam at the net 11, then login, then his appointment will come. That appointment title we are displaying. Appointment title we are displaying. So here we can display some message saying that here the message is div your appointments. And here what we will do, this main area class name w50, small one I will give here. And what are those appointments? Class name I will give as heading 4. And you can see that the appointments will be displayed like this. And remember, I displayed only title. After that, I will display a paragraph. Here I will put appointment dot what? Description. Description, it will get the appointment description. And I need to display the appointment date. We need to display the appointment date. Means on which date the appointment is. How we display the appointment date? So below, I will put another paragraph. And here I want to show the appointment date. Appointment dot what? Date. And observe now, here appointment date will display like this. So for example, I am giving as two string. So that means we are displaying as two string. Then you can see the appointment date. It is by default like a string. Suppose I am applying any option like to to date string. I'm applying to date string, and you can see it is showing error. Already we discussed about this. It cannot apply these formats because these are related to the browser DOM. Browser DOM have to access your local date format and regional format, and it should use it, but it cannot access. Now, how to display dates in a correct way? So what we have to do to display the date in a correct way? Date to string. To string is working, right? To display date in a correct way, Sam underscore NIT password is. So to display date in a correct way, we added one library. What is that library? We added a library. What is that library? The library is moment library. Through moment library, we can define the dates. But the concept is how to use that moment library. So we have to use the moment library. So moment is the library we have to use. So this moment library, so have to define the options. And you see how to use this moment. Moment we have to import from the moment. We have to import moment from moment. How to display here? For example, into this moment, we are expecting some value. What is the value? Appointment. Appointment dot what? Date. We are passing appointment date into that moment. So into the moment we are passing appointment date. It is having some error. So why it is having error? Because this have a lot of other options. Other options. That means what it is, we have to define whether to display the date, whether to display the month or year, or we have to display which format you want to display. That means what is the format of this date? You can get any library. Remember, it is not necessary that everybody have to use this moment. They can use what? Day.js. I showed you some various libraries. So where you will get that information here is, so go to this npmjs.com. Here you search for moment. So this is the moment, and various methods what they provide. You can check. Several methods are present. This is actually moment related official site. This is moment related official site. And how to add moment and how to display the moment. You can see it is showing like this. So moment is expecting a format. In that you mention in which format you want to show. Different formats it will provide. Right? It is going to provide different formats. And you can write here. You see different options are available. Hundreds of functions are available. Related to different regions, it is available. So, and you have different package managers. You can set from different package managers. Right now, you need to explore this. That means you see here we want to display the moment. So, what is the method moment? And moment is a method. In that, what we are having a format. In which format you want to display. You have to define the format, and you can't blindly use all formats. They have provided some formats, you have to use them only. You have to use only these formats. Actually, traditionally, you see, suppose I'm just applying the format. And which date we need to display? We need to display the date. Appointment dot what? Date. appointment date, we are applying some format and displaying that format. You see, it will show like this. Now, we haven't applied any format. How to apply the format? Format you have to mention here. Month, day, year. Suppose I am giving mm. That means two characters you defined means it is expecting what? Number. Number. That means it is expecting month number. Three characters you mentioned short month format. Short month format. That means you can see that is short month format. If it is lengthy, four characters, that means full month format. SEP, September, like that. Otherwise, full month format. After that, DO. DO is for what? It is displaying date. So that means here, D is for what? Displaying the date. So, and actually, not D, they have an option like DO. D uppercase and O lowercase. That is for date. Let's see, that is the date we have. Right? And the year format, YY, that is 2 digits, YYY, that is 4 digits year format. That means you can display like this. Now we want to display the weekdays. So many formats are there. Weekday means you have to write DDD like this. That means suppose I want to display weekday here, DDDD and comma, and I am writing like this. Then it will be like Sunday, May 26. That means date, lowercase is for weekday, uppercase is for month, DO is for day, and this is for year. You can shuffle the order, anything, year, month, day, day, month, year, whatever order you write, it will take. Only the point, this is not order. Only the point is format, day must be in lowercase dd. DD means number will come. That means 2 digits. Now, sorry, if you give 4 digits, it will give the complete weekday. 3 digits, it will give short date. That means short date format, it will give DDD. It will say Saturday, Sunday. So SUN. Full format means 4 characters you have to apply. Even month name also, if you want full format, 4. Right? Year also you can define. This is the concept of displaying dates. So we are configuring the appointments. Now, who logged in, his appointments only will come. Who logged in, his appointments will come. Suppose we will sign out. And what we will do is we will log in as John underscore UI. John at the net 123. Login. And John doesn't have any appointments. Doesn't have any appointments. If we add one appointment, then automatically it will come for John. John don't have any appointments. Okay. Let's do here. So from MongoDB Compass or in Postman already we posted an appointment. So what we will do here, in the Postman tool, we already submitted an appointment. So in this, we are going to display Yep. So I will post one appointment. So that is add task. We have to use add task. And what is the task? Go to the body. And we need to add the task birthday, friend birthday. But this is not related to Sam NIT. This is related to John underscore UI. That is the user ID. We inserted one appointment for that user. Now you go to the page. John is having one appointment. Refresh the dashboard and that appointment will come. That means you added in the database, automatically that appointment is going to display here. Right? You added in that, it will display. And who logged in? Only his appointments will be displayed. Now, what we have to do is here, we need to add the functionalities. What are the functionalities? First thing, every appointment should have a button. This button is having a class. So BTN warning, and BI pen fill. And here we will put as edit. And we have another button. So we have class BTN and BTN danger, BI trash, and remove. And we have at the top, we put a button and class BI calendar, and here we will put add task, add appointment. Okay, now we will keep BTN and BTN primary, margin Y 2 or 3. Okay, now you can see these all designs are ready. Now what we should do is we should able to implement this margin E, a margin S2. So little bit space. Now we need to implement these functionalities. When user clicks edit, it should open that appointment in edit mode. There we should modify and save. That means another form should come where we should edit the details. Remove, it should delete. Actually, we designed a close. When I click on close, the appointment will close, but it is not deleted. We just closed it. When I refresh again, then it will display that appointment here. We are not deleting, we are closing the appointment, but it should able to remove and we should able to delete. So we should able to add appointment, remove appointment, edit appointment. These three things we need to implement. That we will see next session. Right, on Monday, we will do that. On Monday session, we will finish this project. That means only three functions. So add appointment, edit appointment, and delete. If we implement those three, this entire project is complete. Up to this, I will upload a zip folder of this project. You practice up to this, right? Those three functionalities we will add in the next session. Monday, we will do that. Okay, right.